Record, Ahmed.
It has been lost. Oh God.
Just hit record again.
Greetings, creative beings. I am Tiffany Webb Stoney, and welcome to Web Wellness, where we discuss health and wealth because one is so much better when you have the other one. So, today's video is going to be about health versus your money versus your energy, because they all seem to coincide. So a lot of times the healthy option is A, more expensive, or B, costs too much of your time. So money and time or energy seem to be the things that kind of stop us from doing that quote unquote correct thing, the healthy thing. So I have a few examples of some things I've experienced this past week on this journey, because I'm really serious about the journey, not like just talking about it, but really trying to do the thing from where I am right now. So last week or 2 weeks ago, I made a video about 3 tips you can do to change your lifestyle and shift now from where you are. I had a milk tutorial in there. So the milk thing, got it. But what's something else that I'm consuming that I need to stop like right now? And I don't think it's even bigger than milk. It's that thing that we all eat a lot of, and it's in like every ingredient list. And that thing is wheat. Wheat. It's so hard not to eat wheat. And not to be a stickler, but a lot of things that don't have wheat will be filled with corn, soy, or rice. And that's not the ticket either. So I found myself buying muffins and bread, and just that's a big part of my falling off, because when I was not eating wheat, of course, not dairy and not meat, but wheat is something that people don't think about. Even vegans, it's big vegans out here, it's unhealthy vegans out here. It exists. So wheat is that thing when you go above and beyond to really be healthy, because wheat damages your gut. It gives you leaky gut. I mean, check out leaky gut. I'm not going to go into that here, but it really ruins and damages your intestines. And so I am going to go into it because this is what this channel is for. Leaky gut is when your small like pores of your intestines, they actually get stretched into big holes because the foods that you're consuming are damaging your intestinal lining. And so when those pores become larger holes, foods that you eat that are supposed to go through your intestines and out, they end up escaping your intestines and going into your bloodstream. And that's another way how food allergies get created, because you can eat something healthy like an organic apple, but you have leaky gut. And so now you're susceptible to different diseases. And so that apple goes in you, and instead of the apple going out of you properly, a little particle kind of seeped into your other parts of your body, and now you have a apple allergy. So these things all connect. So wheat. How do I consume the foods I want to consume without damaging my gut? Well, I have to make it myself or spend more money where it's prepared for me, i.e. health versus money versus energy. So one of those things is going to get, I'm going to have to use my money or my energy, period. So I don't want to continue blowing my budget trying to eat a certain way. And I don't want to continue just kind of ordering anything trying to be cheap. I'm embarrassed to say what I ordered from Uber Eats a lot the past week or two. But I'm going to tell you, because this is transparency, this is realness, this is what we go through as people on the journey. I ordered waffles and ice cream. Real ice cream. Okay. That cannot continue. Thank God I haven't experienced a whole lot of side effects, but that can happen easily. So I can't do that anymore. That's why I have pudgy face and my budget is blown, and I don't feel good about that. So this go round, I purchased a couple of different flours. Now, if I count up how much money I spent on Uber Eats, or how much money my husband spent on Uber Eats, I'm kind of scared to even, look at that number. But I know that number is more expensive than the 3 different flours I bought. I bought spelt flour, SPELT. I bought tiger nut flour, and I bought cassava flour. Now they can get pricey, but I found my little discount on Amazon Prime, and I ordered them. I ordered them over 2 weeks so I could kind of like gauge how much I was spending, but it's so worth it because I'm always going to have my hemp seeds for my milk. I'm always going to have agave or some type of sweetener to, put in my smoothies and other things. I'm always going to have baking powder. I'm always going to have the ingredients to bake, but I'm not always going to have those flours. So that was the ticket. I can replace those wheat-filled snacks by purchasing my own flours that are not wheat. It's grain-free. And if you go into the research, grain is something kind of suspect in 2020. It's not the best thing. Maybe it was different back in the day when there was less chemicals, but I'm going to question that. Maybe it just hadn't done so much damage yet because it was a new thing. At this point, we are not consuming real soil. We have synthetic soil. We're not getting any real minerals from our food being grown. There's chemicals in the air, chemtrail. There's so much happening that we have to compensate for. So why not, at least with the things that we're deciding and have control over, why not make the better decision? So I purchased the flours. I actually made these little sweet potato kind of patty. It kind of tastes like pone, which is like a Caribbean dessert thing when it's made out of cassava, but it wasn't so bad. Was it as fun as my blueberry, muffins I buy from Whole Foods? No, but I will get better at it by continuing to make it. But I'm not going to get better if I just keep giving in to buying wheat. Wheat is such a big one. I don't even want to go on to another tip because it's going to take so much energy just to already do what I've already said. Stop buying milk from 2 weeks ago. I hope you've done that. And now to stop eating wheat, that's huge. So I kind of want to stop there on the food tip. Let me know, comment below. Let me know what your experience is giving up wheat. Wheat is a big one. I think wheat might be harder than meat and dairy because it's in everything. And when we want that comfort food, we go to those kind of foods. So comment and let me know what your experience is on not giving up wheat or on giving up wheat. If it's no sweat, I'll continue on with more things. But if it's a big challenge, maybe I should go into some recipes like how to make little biscuits. It's actually very easy. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to link a tutorial in this video. You'll see it if you see the link below. If you don't, I ain't do it yet. On how to make spelt muffins because it takes like 10 minutes, which is pretty swell for like making biscuits. Sounds faster than regular biscuits from scratch. All right, that was the whole food piece. Hopefully you got that blender and you're now kind of in your non-dairy, zone. And let's add this on. If you're able to cut dairy and wheat, you're doing something really special. Really, and you will see the difference. The meat, yeah, I would say cut it. But I'm going to start with the hardest things. To me, we can always kind of get into replacing meats with other things if you're in love with the other things on your plate. If you're not in love with the sides and, all the other food you can put around the meat, then it's not going to work. You have to fall in love with your food in general. And then meat won't be a huge thing. So let's just take it one step at a time. And that's how I'm addressing this journey, one step at a time. It was, daunting to kind of look how far I've come from where I used to be. I didn't used to eat wheat, meat, dairy, GMO, corn, right? None of that. I mean, wild rice, but it was daunting to address all these habits at one time. So I started off with the milk. Now I'm on the wheat. And we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Because I was making my own milk, but I was ordering waffles and ice cream. That doesn't go. So wheat free, that's where we are. And the second thing is health related as well, but it's also related to time and energy as well. I got my hair braided. I did my nails. Who wants to sit in the chair for hours to get their hair braided? It's not really fun. And I grew up learning kind of like, oh, beauty is pain, but should it be? I don't know. So I decided next month when I take these braids out, I'm going to get my real hair braided. I'm going to put the hair jewelry on my real braids. My hair is not that far off from this length. And you do what you do and you make it rock out how you want to rock out. So if my real hair is braided, it's going to be probably not even half the time. It's going to be more convenient when I'm living my life, not so bulky, not really, dealing with soreness on my scalp. It's just going to be natural behaviors, getting my own hair braided and making that look fly. Same with my nails. I had the gel dip powder and it's great while it's on there, but then when you take it off, my hands are soaking in acetone, and that is not the ticket. What is acetone doing to the tips of my fingers with all my nerve endings? I don't know. And I'm just doing it because everybody else is doing it, and that's not cool. I'm not everybody else. So I took the the stuff off and I left the salon. I didn't stay to get them refilled. And surprisingly, my nails were not ruined with ridges and stuff. Maybe because I was taking like supplements and things to keep my nails and things strong. But I polished them, and the polish is going to chip really quickly. So I'm going to have to spend more energy to do them again, or spend money continuing to get them polished. I would never do that. I could polish it myself. But the point is, how do I keep my nails fresh and look put together? This is embarrassing if my nails are all chipped. But I want them done, but I don't want to be unhealthy and I don't want to spend all this money on a nail budget. So I decided to start buying the gel polishes that I do at home that come off with regular polish remover. Is it acetone? Yes. But a cotton ball on my fingertip for 5 seconds is very different from soaking my whole hand in acetone for 15 minutes. So that's what I'm going to try now. I mean, it's pretty good. My nails are still done. It's just not easy. And that's the whole point. But we spend our energy doing the things that we choose. But sometimes I think that we forget to actually choose. Health versus money versus energy is a personal journey. It's not based on what everybody else in the world is doing, including your parents and your siblings and your husband or wife or whatever. It's a personal journey. Maybe the money can be spent on something you absolutely dread or absolutely need. That's your personal decision. But don't make those decisions based on what the world around you is doing, because the world is crazy. And if you're doing what the majority does, you might need to assess that, because the majority is never correct. Look throughout history, probably will always be that way because everybody's not chosen. So if you're chosen, and you probably are if you just came across this channel, you need to think about your decisions, and are you remembering to choose what you think is important for you and how that affects your health, number one, your time, number two, or maybe your money, number two, because a lot of times your finances dictate how you spend your time. But I would say health, money, time, because health and money help you to free up your time, to let it be yours. If you're always taking medicines and in the hospital doctors, your time is not yours. So money allows you to get more things that you want in your everyday regimens. You need to focus on how you can get those things and stop spending money on the other things like juice, milk, salad dressing, some things you just don't need to buy anymore. And where could that money go? You might be able to save $5 from buying natural whole foods instead of packaged foods. Or maybe you spent $5 more, but you feel better. That's worth $5. And maybe because you feel better, you now want to go to the gym. I'm just saying there's a ricochet here. And I think one of the biggest issues that Western philosophy has done is separated everything when everything is really connected. So I've talked a lot, but those points are so big that I think they really needed the explanations. So recapping, number one, how can you give up wheat from where you are right now? You probably will go to the market within a week's time or 2 weeks. Can you pick up cassava flour instead of all-purpose flour this time? Can you not buy juice and not buy milk and buy hemp seeds and fruit? How can you do it from this next grocery shop? And number two, how can you adjust your hairstyles and your nail styles and the things that we kind of do on a regular? How can you adjust that to where it's not painful or unhealthy or super expensive and you still feel fly? Those things really matter because they're not going anywhere. It's a lifelong lifestyle change. So I hope you appreciated this video. I really do look forward to your comments to let me know where you are. Is it completely unrealistic for you to give up wheat? Or are you completely game for that? And are you struggling with natural nails chipping and breaking like I am? Are you terrified to wear your real hair out? Like, what's going on? Tell me what you're thinking so I can know how to further assist everyone as I'm on my own journey of health and wealth. Have a great week.